You'll find farmers trying to create an artificial emergency. What has made you decide to grow tomatoes is not a plan that you had, it's because of the gossip. Your cabbages matures in 3 months' time. Those who had a plan will have started selling. Farming is very simple, and farming is among the things I enjoy. Though I've not been into other professions, but the way I interact with other people in other professions, and the way they are complaining, and the way they like what I'm doing, also the way I like whatever I do, this makes farming simple. This makes farming interesting. But there are few things farmers are trying to create, few things that farmers are trying to do that sometimes makes farming very challenging, sometimes makes farming not as interesting. You'll find farmers trying to create an artificial emergency, which is not good. Remember, in our last uh, trainings, we talked about planning. There are farmers who not necessarily plan. Just a recap of what we discussed about planning, or what I shared with you about planning, was you need to know what to grow at a certain season, then plan going backward, break into months, break into weeks, break into days. And in these days, when you're planning, in your sub planning, that where you need to know when you're going to have a nursery for your seeds, when you're going to do your fertilizer, when you're going to do your sprays, when you're going to harvest, when you're going to go to the market. But you'll find a farmer waking up today, or a farmer waking up, and they decide, we are going to do tomatoes. I'm going to farm tomatoes today. And this now, in my opinion, becomes an artificial emergency. A farmer has created an artificial emergency. What has made you think, or what has bring in the thought of, I'm supposed to do tomatoes, if you're not a gambler? Because these are thoughts of a gambler. A farmer is supposed to prepare himself, herself, and be ready for the task. They need to set up a goal. They need to have a plan so that they can be able to run a successful farming business. This is a business, and you cannot just wake up in the middle of the night and decide, uh, I will not, I will start selling meat. You have been selling sugar and salt, and now in the morning you say this will change into a butchery. What has made you decide? What has made the shopkeeper decide to change the shop into a butchery? Yes, butchers are making good money. It's not a bad business, but what has made them to change that sudden, all of a sudden, things have changed. This has been happening with so many farmers. Somebody calls me, they call me, Fred, we want tomatoes, we want capsicum, we want cabbages, we want to plant. That you're creating an artificial emergency, and that is, you have started gambling now. And this is what will make you lose what you want to invest in. This is what will make you not succeed in what you want to invest in. Because what has made you decide to grow tomatoes is not a plan that you had, it's because of the gossips. You heard of a farmer who has succeeded on the market price of tomatoes. Are selling well at the moment. Cabbages are, one head of cabbage is selling well at the moment. So if it's selling well, I can ask Fred, because I saw him doing nurseries. He's in contact with the seed propagators. I can ask him where I can get cabbages. Minus a plan, you are going to succeed. Don't create artificial emergencies in farming. Let an emergency come when the rain has come overnight. We didn't expect that, and now we need to do a spray tomorrow morning. Fred will come in and explain to you, or give to you the best product to control blight in tomatoes, to control head rot in cabbages, to control Brosomed wrote, in caps Campolin tomatoes, I'm going to come in because that's an emergency. But now coming with an emergency of, I want to plant this and this, I want to grow tomatoes, or because you've had it's selling well, it's making good money. By the time your cabbages matures in 3 months' time, those who end up plan will have started selling. Remember, you have not secured the market. In farming, I've always been advising farmers, let us farm from the market. Let the market guide us. Let the market give us, show us the way. Let the market uh, direct us on what we are going to plant and in which quantities. Not just because we woke up and somebody told us the market is good. That's just a gossip. Somebody has just shared a gossip. They are not, they are lies. It's not true. You do your market research, begin on the market research, look at the market trend, because sometimes also the market usually create an artificial shortages of this produce for you to buy a certain seed. I've seen a company that produces a certain seed, and when they know they have quantities in their accounts or they have produced a lot of seeds, they create a shortage of that particular seed. The seed goes missing the whole country. So the day they will start selling the seed, they will start selling the seed, telling farmers it's not even enough. And they will sell tons and tons of seeds. Farmers will buy the seeds to an extent, they whatever they're growing will be flooded in the market. Yes, they're selling the best, but they flood the market, creating an artificial emergency or creating an artificial need so that you can meet um, a certain goal. Avoid that. Avoid emergencies. Avoid doing what is not in your plan. Let your farm workers, let your farmer, let your farm manager adhere to the plan. We discussed the plan. If you want to learn more, you can go back, check the video on what we discussed about the plan so that you can be a better farmer. I want you to be the best farmer. I don't want to see the statistics that the poor farmer, the small scale farmer, continues to be poor. In the 21st century, the people that are feeding 60% of the world, 70% of the world are the poorest. I don't want to see that again. I want to show you to show you the way to guide you. Those who are coming into farming, you're much welcome into farming. Plan, don't create emergencies, don't create artificial emergencies. I call them artificial emergencies. Do as per the plan, do as what you advised, do at what the consumer is wanting you to do. Hope you've learned something from today's discussion. Hope you learned something from our today's talk. That's my opinion. If you'd like to want something or you'd like to correct me, leave it on the comment section so that we can continue learning together. If it is your first time, if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, don't forget to do so that we can be one big team and continue subscribing together. I'm here because of you. So if you don't subscribe, if you don't like, you're just pushing me away and stopping me from doing what I'm doing for you. So show me your support. Bye.